Sammy Davis,
Sammy
Bill
Davis
Pearl,
Jr.
and
Groucho Marx.
Groucho Marx.
Yeah.
It was
Bill
the guy,
Daly.
the guy who's in jail now, what's his name? The man who's in jail, the musician. Yeah, Phil Spector. Yeah,
Phil Spector?
Phil Spector.
He was on the show?
Yes, sir.
They must have been on
with
there.
his group, with his musical group.
Wow.
Barbara, I know that you did a show up in New York with for Lucy. Were you friends with Lucy?
Well, I wasn't friends, but I loved her dearly, and she was very good to me. That was my third job in Hollywood. I Love Lucy. I had worked with another big star just the week before who wasn't very nice. So I was scared to death when I walked on the set. First of all, I loved the show, but I just didn't know what was going to happen, with another big star. And she couldn't have been nicer. She just couldn't have been nicer. She sat there and made my dress look better instead of worse. She remember those little grommets sparkly things you put on dresses? Yeah, she and her girlfriend sat there and did that to my dress so that I would look better in her show, and it was a delight. She also wanted to sign me to a contract because she said pretty girls aren't funny usually, and she'd like to mentor me, but fortunately or unfortunately, I couldn't do that because I'd already tested at Fox, and they picked up my option. But I've never forgotten her for that. She was wonderful.
I have a brief comment and a question for all of you. First of all, the comment is from Miss Eden. I'm one of a generation of young men who grew up watching you on television, and you are our original poster girl. Your Fawcett had nothing on you. The question I have is actually for all of you. One of the downfalls of being on a program that's as successful as yours and one that has become a kind of cult favorite is that you tend to get very quickly typecast into being that character and nothing else. And all of you have managed to escape that to a certain extent. What is it that allowed you to escape that typecasting? And maybe what can you tell other people who are prospective actors, not myself, as a way to avoid doing that?
Work.
Get a job first.
Work.
Then avoid.
Yeah, I guess, well, Larry, obviously, he really got out of the typecast with a vengeance. In my case, I was lucky enough to do a lot of TV movies, and I was also appearing in Vegas. And I didn't really think about being typecast. I knew Jeannie was still on. It's never been off the air. But quite frankly, she's very easy to live with. I like her, But I've also had a vent for my, whatever you call it, artistic talent, quote unquote. But I was able to do different parts. I've done a lot of stage work, so that helped me. And I like it. I like her. I like being here. Bill.
Well, the strangest thing is when we finished Jeannie, I had a lot of good job offers. It was incredible. But I thought I was really good on Newhart. When I finished that, I couldn't get a job because it was just such a character. It just didn't work. I don't know why that is. Very strange. Yeah, haven't worked since. I'm working now. This is a good job for me. This is
I'm so glad you were on Newhart.
Thank you. Thank you, whoever said that.
I have a sort of three-part question. For Mr. Hagman, what was your experience on Superman? And for Miss Eden, I always loved your evil Jeannie, your version of the evil Jeannie, if you could talk about that. And are they going to release I Dream of Jeannie in black and white and not the colorized stuff, the early episodes? Do you know anything about that?
No. We don't even get residuals for those, by the way.
No, we didn't.
No.
You'd have to ask Sony.
Yeah.
They own it.
Yeah.
Darling. as far as Bad Jeannie is concerned. She's so glad to be here.
That's the strangest thing. I think the show is more popular now than it was then. No, I'm serious. No, we were then we were good, we're light, but now it's just incredible. I mean, the fans and they're wonderful just being here. I mean, it's outrageous. It's wonderful, by the way. I don't know what happened. We're older, maybe. That's it.
No.
Well, I'm older. I'm sorry. I'm older. That's it.
Don't say "oh," the O word. Never.
No, it's amazing to have a show that, I mean, how many shows have hung on for 45 years and are still popular?
Yeah, that's incredible.
I don't know. The West is one, and certainly, I don't know, what else?
Yeah, what else is on?
45 years is a long time to be on there.
Yeah.
And the kids love it, and that's the nice thing. With Dallas, there's a period of when we went off in '91 till now. A lot of kids just don't know it. You know, ages of like 15 to 30. That's 30 is kids nowadays. And so you know, it's just it's amazing that it's hung on this year, and it's still. I surf the networks, and I run across it every now and then, and I still get some laughs from it. I mean, I really do, and I forget what the hell they were all about. Of course, we kind of group together, but it's still a funny show, and clean too.
Yeah. The Bob Newhart show was well written, and it was a wonderful show, but it just died. I mean, it went on, it didn't do well in syndication, so that was over in about a half hour. And here this thing is going on, and more, it's just incredible. Maybe we're just so good.
I think the best thing is, my husband and I like to travel. We take cruises, we do everything we can, and sometimes I'm surprised when I'm in Germany or Italy or even the Middle East because someone will hear my voice and in a different language come up to me poking me like this, you know, and they're asking me, "Are you Jeannie?" The Jeannie is different in several languages, so you never know what they're asking you. But I have gotten used to it, and I say yes. Oh yeah, smile. You know?
I think ultimately why it's so popular is because as a father, I can watch it with my kids. I could grow up watching it with my kids. And why Hollywood doesn't get that point anymore, I don't know, but that's why, because everybody can sit down as a family, and it was, I mean, there's different levels to it. The adults can see it one way, and the kids can see it another way, and I think that's why. It's timeless, and that's why it's lasted for so long. So, and that's my 2 cents. Okay.
It's amazing that we lasted that long. I lasted that long.
And for Mr. Hagman, just the Superman, your experience on that. I know you did a little cameo.
Wow, I don't know. I've never been poor, but I've been broke on occasions. And Dick Donner called me up one day and says, "Hag, what are you doing?" I said, "Nothing. You got a job?" He says, "Yeah. I'm doing a thing called Superman. You want to play in it?" I said, "Yeah, sure, okay." And so we went up to Banff, and we were shooting those scenes. How many of y'all saw Superman, the original Superman, by the way? Oh, a whole bunch of it, okay. Well, it was a fun part. Valerie Perrine was lying in the street faking injury, and I come with a platoon of men, and they said, "Oh, she's lying there, look at her, she's a beautiful woman, of course." And I said, "All right, men, stand there, make a circle around here, and I'm not gonna have any of you men do anything I wouldn't prepare to do to myself, so stand there." And I said, "She needs a vigorous chest massage and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation." And Dick and I kind of wrote that scene together. It was fun. I have always done clean shows like Jeannie, you know.
I love that part. I love that movie. So, yeah. Next.
This question's for all 3 of you. On the show, was there anyone in particular who liked to play pranks on each other? Did he have a jokester?
You know, we rehearsed so much on that show. It's comedy's a little different from drama. You got to get the timing down and so forth. We didn't have a lot of time to do any pranks. You remember any pranks on that show?
Never know.
Between that and the special effects.
And we had to do that show in 3 days with special effects, which nowadays you can do, you know, off camera. But we just didn't have time. 3 days is not very long. That's about, what, 10 pages a day with special effects. No, in Dallas we had a lot of time because we had, you know, 15 different stars on the show.